Hey guys, Zeramus555 here. Gonna be doing my card of the week number 3. I've had to film this like 3 times because I don't know why YouTube just does not want to actually um, do whatever it's supposed to do. Originally I was gonna be talking about Reborn Tengu as my card of the week for number 3, but I decided that everyone knows what that card does. There's really nothing else to say about it, and I think for that pure fact that everyone has a boner for the card right now, it just wouldn't really make a very good video. So I'm going to be doing a different card instead. But before I get to that, I want to talk about a few things. I want to make a shout out to my man Dark Volpine1. I'll put a description or a link to his account down in the description bar here. Really cool guy, very good friend. I would even like to say he's probably one of my best friends. Great Yugi tuber. He's a great player. His videos are very informative, so make sure to check him out. If you subscribe to him, make sure to subscribe to me as well, of course. Me and him are kind of partnered in a way. We're trying to get each other, or both of us, subscribers. So really cool guy. Check out his vids. The second thing I want to talk about is yesterday I posted up just kind of something different. I posted up a funny video about one of my first animations I did back in high school. Really bad, it's really cheesy, but it's funny. So if you guys have about 14 minutes or so to spare, sit down, grab something to eat and just check out that video. I'll have a link to that as well down in the description bar. Now, my card of the week this week, like I said, I was going to talk about Tengu, but I decided to do this instead. I'll give a few hints to this card before I announce its name, but I think this is one of the most underrated cards in the plant deck, or the plant engine, I should say. This card, a lot of people aren't playing it anymore, playing it as much as they used to. Now, this is the hint we'll probably give it away, but this card used to be whenever you ran Lone Fire Blossom in one of your decks, you had to run this card. Now, you probably know what this is now, but this card is the Master of Disaster. It's the big booty Beatrice herself, Tytannial. Now, I love this card. I think it's extremely underrated. I don't know why people aren't running it anymore. I'll give some pros and cons to the card, but generally I just love Tytannial. I'll start off with the cons, just so you guys can kind of get a gist of what's bad about her. Now, the first thing that's obviously bad is she's a level 8. If you draw her, she's extremely hard to get out of your hand, unless you're running cards that can pitch her easily. Another thing that's a con is that she requires other plants on the field for her effect to really shine. Otherwise, she just kind of contribute off herself, which still isn't bad. It's not a bad thing. But she's overall, her only problem I see is that she can't get out of your hand very easily. Now, pros, there's a lot of them. First of all, she's a 2800 monster, 2600 defense. So she gets over Shien, Stardust Dragon, Trishula, other problem cards in the format right now. She gets over them extremely easily, and she's kind of a one card out, because essentially all you need to do is go Lone Fire, Tytannial. Now, the other thing about her that I love is that I see so many plant players going Lone Fire, Dandelion. That is the weakest opening play I have ever seen. It's just like, it basically gives your, especially if you don't set any back rows, like, okay, I gotta hope I have Veiler in my hand, or it's like a really easy Trish play for my opponent. It's like, remove your Dandy, remove a Lone Fire in your grave, remove something from your hand, I just won. Now, the nice thing about Tytannial is, although she does not negate Trishula, because Trishula does not target, she's just a really nice card to get out first turn. Basically, you just summon her for the Lone Fire effect, and 2800 is really hard to get over, and your opponent will feel the pressure instantly with this card on field. Dandelion just doesn't do that. It's like, okay, Dandelion, I can run it over easily, he'll get more tokens, whatever, that's fine. This thing, you summon it out, and they're going to have to waste their Dark Hole right off the bat, which means you later on, a turn or two later, can make a Swarm and not worry about the Dark Hole. They're going to have to use cards to get over her that target, etc., 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 etc. Sorry. Otherwise, she's just a really good card. Now, her effect, also, another thing about her, now this kind of balances with the con factor, is that she contribute a face-up plant-type monster to negate the activation of a card, effect I should say, that targets one card on the field. Now, that could target anything. Your opponent could use a card that targets your back row. He could use a card that targets one of your tokens. He could use a card that targets one of his own cards even. And Tytannial can negate that, which is really, really crucial. Now, this format consists of a lot of cards that do target, such as Enemy Controller, Dimensional Prison's very popular, Compulsory is gaining popularity. What's another one that's really big right now? That TG1 EM1, that piece of crap, that thing targets as well. So overall, Tytannial is a great card. I think she's very underrated. Now, I'm running her in my zombie plant, so I really don't find a problem with her because I have lots of ways to get her out of the hand if I do draw her, such as 1-for-1 I run Zombie Master, and Plague Spreader. Now, the cool thing about Plague Spreader, if you're like, say you're running Tengu plants, I think you should run this in Tengu plants, just for the pure fact that if you do draw her, and you have Plague Spreader in the grave, you can always just put her on the top of your deck if you have Tengu on the field. Special Plague Spreader, and then Synchro with Tengu. Plague gets removed from play, of course. Tengu's effect activates. She's no longer on the top of the deck because you're going to have to add a Tengu from the deck to the field. So I just think Tytannial's still worth running in plants. I don't know why people aren't running her. I just think Dandelion first turn is a terrible, just pathetic play. Tytannial is just huge, and I just think she's very underrated. I think you guys should all, if you run plants, give her a whirl in your deck again, see what you think. Yes, you're going to be drawing her sometimes. That's fine. Everyone gets bad draws, but if you open up with that Lone Fire, try not to go for Dandelion first turn. Just try this. Just bear with me. Just go first turn, Lone Fire, Tytannial, set some back rows, and see what your opponent does. He's going to feel a lot of pressure right off the bat. Now, if some of you remember, Travis Massingale played this in his zombie plants when he won the YCS, I think it was Orlando or whatever. He said this was the best card he had in his deck all day. He says he only drew it 4 times all day, which is pretty good. I don't know if he was stacking or something. I figured he'd draw it more than that. But he said that if you got Lone Fire in his hand, he always went for this right off the bat, set some back rows, and your opponent's just going to have such a hard time getting around it. And he said that was exactly how it was. Now, if you read the feature match of his final against the Tengu Birdman thing, this card actually pretty much won him the whole match. Like, he got it out game 1, beat him, lost game 2 because the other guy got a crazy hand, and then game 3 he just got Tytannial out right off the bat, and that was it. The guy couldn't get around it. So, anyways, guys, Tytannial, card of the week number 3. She is available in Crossroads of Chaos as an alternate rare and an ultra, but she was just released as a gold rare in Gold Series 4, so she's only about $2 in value now, so she's fairly easy to obtain. So yeah, try it out in your deck. Anyways, guys, this is Aramis555 signing out. Make sure to check out my other videos and subscribe. Peace.